Welcome back to Live from Paris. It's time now for culture, starting with some super diversity. The popular comic book series The Green Lantern is challenging the traditional spandex hero. Will Hildebrandt introduces us to Baz, their first Muslim American character.
DC Comics unveiled the latest Green Lantern, and he packs a punch, introducing Simon Baz, the comic's first Muslim American superhero, tattooed with the Arabic word for courage. This out-of-work automotive engineer turned car thief gets a second chance when he joins the intergalactic crime-fighting force. A new addition fans seem to like.
I think it's good. I think they're reflecting the diversity and, that way you can relate. Not everybody's white and American.
Everyone should have a chance to be a hero. Any race, Asian, Islamic, Spanish.
It's good to, I think, give a different perspective, I guess.
Simon Baz hails from Dearborn, Michigan, the hometown of automotive legend Henry Ford, and a city with one of the highest Muslim populations in the U.S. It's not the first attempt to appeal to a wider demographic. In June, DC Comics unveiled a gay Green Lantern, and last year, rival publisher Marvel debuted a half-Latino, half-black Spider-Man. Changes that are both progressive and good for business.
Today's revelation that the new Green Lantern is Arabic is it's pretty cool, and it's not as uncommon as it used to be. People have been waiting for this. It's been highly anticipated, and sales are going through the roof today.
A sign of the times. Comics are turning the page. The day of superheroes being only white are long gone, and now publishers are attempting to make the fantasy world as diverse as the real world.
And joining me now in the studio is our art critic, Sean Rose, who's just back from a long summer break. Hello, Sean. It's good to see you again. Now, you're going to be, of course, telling us all about the must-see exhibitions this season. What are we starting off with?
Well, let's prolong our holiday sunshine, shall we? We're going to head south to Avignon, where there's a museum called Collection Lambert en Avignon, which is a collection which was set by a very famous art dealer called Yvon Lambert. And he has donated actually some 590 works to the state. So there's going to be an extension. It's in 10 years this collection exists. But now he's going to have an extension. And there is, at the collection at the moment, the masterpieces, the kind of the must-see, the best of, the pick of the collection. Obviously, there won't be the 580, 80 works. But Yvon Lambert is very famous. He's got this incredible collection with Cy Twombly, who's this American artist who lives in Rome, and also he's a discoverer. This is an artist who's younger, Brazilian, you see, with diamonds, and he's collected all sorts. He's always been very curious of new talents. For example, Nan Goldin was one of his, of his artists, and Nan Goldin here you see with a kind of a slide, a diaporama with her intimate diary, and also all sorts of artists, and the most famous one, obviously, like Buren, who is very famous for his stripes. So he has a very good, very strong taste, and he's always been very curious. I mean, he's not about just dealing, just like making money with art.
And why is this collector such an important figure in the modern scene?
Because he had a kind of old-fashioned way of dealing with artists. He befriended them, obviously make money. The collection he's bequeathed, to the state is actually worth 90 million euros, so it's quite something. But he introduced, for example, Jean-Michel Basquiat to the French public. You see him just like showing a scrapbook of Basquiat, and he's actually really quite very patient with his artists. Like Basquiat, when he came over to France to show, he was the Ritz, and every time he goes somewhere, he just repaints everything, he redecorates everything. He had to pay the bill, for the redecoration. And it's also he had a deal with Basquiat, who actually wasn't a drug addict, and went off to Amsterdam all the time, and that he should be back on the Monday after the weekend. And once it was late, and Basquiat came back with these Dutch clogs you've just seen, so as a present,
right.
To be forgiven for his tardiness. And so he had a very special relationship. He's got real eye for new talents as well. And This is something very important.
And the exhibition isn't just made up of paintings, is it? There are photographs as well.
Of course. Photograph, because contemporary art is about, you don't use one medium. You have so many different sorts. And photography is very important. Andrew Serrano, who was very famous for his sacrilegious for some Piss Christ, scandalous work called Piss Christ, the crucifix dipped into the artist's own urine. Here is less controversial. Is a series of Americans, the multicultural America. You had caught a glimpse of Bob Dylan, but you have also, an Orthodox Pope. You have, all sorts, Majorette, Snoop Dogg, rapper. You have a Ku Klux Klan member. You have all sorts, and I love this picture of this cowboy whose face you can't see, which is really what is America now. There's no one face of America, and I think it's worth seeing this big gallery of portraits.
So you've got paintings, photos, and like you said, because it's modern, videos as well then.
Of course. And as I said, he always spotted new talents. He is Yvon Lambert. Yvon Lambert, I'd like you to see this video by this Finnish artist called Salatik. Let's see. I'll comment. It's about a boxing match between a girl and a very strong man, and it's like David and Goliath. And it's about your relationship to the father, that is like, his massive figure. And it's really, very interesting to see how she deals with it. And there's a kind of very dramatic music, and you can see this kind of, but he might win the match, That's very interesting.
Right. And you've mentioned artists from all around the world and from different generations, international artists though mostly, but are there some French notable ones as well?
Of course. I mentioned Buren. The piano you saw, the painted piano, was the Lavier, who is a very famous artist. And this is Claude Lévesque, who is very interesting. I Dreamt of Another World, I'm translating the title. And this is a beautiful neon running through the room. And there's smoke as well. So you just have a feel of being under the volcano. It's another world, like something which is like also quite eerie, quite dreamy as well. And Claude Lévesque is a very famous artist who works quite a bit with neon, but also with social issues. And he represented France sometime at the Venice Biennale.
So it's worth a trip from Paris then to see the masterpieces of Yvon Lambert, his
Donation,
collection in Avignon.
Yes.
When is it open to the public till?
11th of November.
Okay, so a couple more months to catch that then. All right, thank you very much, Sean Rose. That's it for Culture, and that's it also from all of us here on Live from Paris. Thanks very much for watching France 24. Do stay tuned.